They're allowed to think and speak whatever they want. Doesn't bother me. I will never, no words will ever offend me or ever hurt my feelings. Like, you could say anything about me, nothing will ever personally get to me, because, I'm a man, and I'm a strong alpha. I'm not a beta.
Baby.
Hey, man, I like that. That was Jordan's approach too. He was like, shit, at the end of the day, he was like, whatever politics you believe in, whatever they have to say, good or bad, he's like, they're all buying Jordans. Everybody buys Jordans. You know what I mean? They're still buying Jordans. So I love that. I think it's so real too, because, I mean, you can let the bullshit affect you, but it's all irrelevant at the end of the day. If you know who you are, then you can just be who you are all the time. You don't have to hide, or I'm putting up this front to try to, like you said, please the establishment. You are. You go to bed at night, you have a smile on your face because you know exactly who the fuck you are at the end of the day. So I respect that, bro. New segment we got right here, but we're gonna hit you with this last. It's called the Mount Rush. So, a lot of different, we've had all different people. We've had Dana on here, we've had a bunch of football players, a couple UFC fighters. So we want to know, who's your Mount Rush top 4 trash talkers of all time in the UFC?
My 4 Mount Rushers, number 1 for sure, my boy Chael Sonnen, the Westland gangster. I mean, there was some years back in the 2000s where his parents only made $100,000 a year. Could you imagine having to live in a house in 2000 with $100,000 a year? That's tough living, guys. That's scary. You don't know where you're gonna get your next meal. That's some scary ass shit. So, Chael Sonnen, he takes the cake, man. Love that guy. Gave me my start in MMA. I remember I was at Oregon State Wrestling, and he was getting ready for the second Anderson Silva fight, and he'd heard about my cardio. I was like, never got tired in practice, so he would come to train with me at Oregon State to get ready for the Anderson fight. So gave me a lot of knowledge, helped me out. I grew up with him in Mac Club and the wrestling thing in Oregon. So, that he's the go to the trash talk. No one's ever going to compare to that guy.
That's dope.
So smart. Yeah.
That's dope. You got, who's your 3 others? I know you mentioned McGregor.
Yeah, McGregor for sure. I would say number 2. He's definitely, mimicked and saw a lot of what Chael did and put it in his own right. So he's definitely hilarious at the press conference. He's a guy that gets everybody hyped up, and you go and you're going to have a laugh. You're going to be entertained, and that's what the sport's all about, being entertained and understanding that it's show business, and there's not a better showman than Conor McGregor. So
Him and Chael, I think, were talking shit on stage one time before. He was like, I think Chael was shitting on Conor for his shoes or whatever, and they went back and forth. But just funny because you're 1 and 2 exchanged trash talking before at one point.